AMP Studios brought to you by Old Mutual.
AMP Studios by Old Mutual in Newtown is an innovative space where aspiring musicians have access to world-class recording studios and masterclasses from some of SA's leading musicians. South African hip-hop artist and DJ Kwesta joined the forces at AMP Studios to present his masterclass on how to make it in the music industry, and also discussed how he plans and manages his finances.
All right, cool. So let's get straight into it. Tell us about your come up. How did you get into the industry? You know, what are some of the things that you've learned?
How did I come up? Unfortunately, not on YouTube. I wish there was. I came up the old way, man. I came up from recorder with like an earpiece microphone, like a call center type thing, and and must record. I could only record a minute of everything I was recording, you know. So that's how I started off. But I don't think there's a this is how you do it kind of manual. I mean, yes. I mean, if you're gonna say, yo, you have to go performing, you have to make songs. That's the obvious part, you know. That's not the how. That's what you do. You know what I mean? So I feel like our stories and our come ups and maybe our destinies are different, which means no one man has gone through what you're gonna go through exactly. You know, no one man has built it up the same way that you must.
So the reason why we had to have you here, because I think it's very important to learn about financial health, financial responsibility. I think whether you're an upcoming artist or a well-established artist like yourself, it's important to handle your money wise.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've gone through something we've never seen before. That is COVID and stuff, where a lot of incomes were cut, not reduced or anything, cut. So what started counting the most is what you've been doing with the money you've been getting before this, you know. And personally, that's how I've been surviving with whatever I've been putting on the side. So I'm happy I was a little bit, you know, savvy with it. I did a show like last week, and I hadn't done a show since about February or something, since about Jan. That means I haven't been making any money for the whole year, you know. And there's things that you kind of there's overheads that you can't look at. I got a family, you know. There's things that don't move regardless of your situation. And the only way I survived was because I don't really buy a lot of stuff. Generally, that's how my life is, you know. I don't remember the last time I went out and bought and went shopping for clothes, you know, or anything like that. But that's generally my personality, and that has helped me survive 2020, because it's not something I just picked up this year. It's just something I've always been doing. My wardrobe is just full of free stuff, you know, that I collect and take. And, you know, I don't have a lot of expensive stuff, and also just because I don't like a lot of expensive things, you know. I mean, generally everything is sponsored or free or is given to me or this, that, and the third, you know. And this, with this attitude or personality trait, is really how I survived 2020. So that's why I'm saying your relationship with money has to be one that doesn't think of it as a thing, but you just think of it as something you can trust, but don't do things based on what you can do with it once you got it, or how much of it you have, you know. I only think about money when I have to buy something. You know, I only think about money when I have to do something and see if it's worth doing. Well, you know, because you kind of have to weigh your worth. You also have to know your worth. You know, that doesn't mean you have to know just money, but your worth. Is this worth my time? Have I worked hard enough to get this 10 rand, you know? Or do I deserve 15? And if you deserve 15, go get your 15 rand. So, another thing I did, because I'm a cheapskate, you know, I was only able to get married because, I said, oh yeah, baby, there's some money. We can get married. And, you know, but it's really, it's not a cheap thing. It's not a cheap process, but it's not because I have money that, you know, it was like, it was there. So we decided to use it on a wedding, you know, but really, and why I say that is because it just stays there. Like, I don't do anything with it except that it's there. So rainy days are kind of okay, you know. Why it's important to make it is because you'll never know when the rainy day is going to be, or how many of them, or how long the rainy days are going to last. That's why making it is important. But I got married with
rainy day money. You know, I didn't get a big check. it was rainy day guapo. Maybe one day I'll get married. I don't know. So you keep it in things because you grow in life generally, and you find things to do or things find you, and you know you go into different directions. You are needed in different spaces. Having money helps, and the only way to have money is to keep money.
Today's masterclass was very eye-opening, you know. You think you know it all in this industry, and then, you know, you get to experience a masterclass like today and you realize actually, you know, there's more to learn. And I was actually telling Kwesta that I've known him for a very long time, since like 2008 or something like that. But I knew more about him today from the masterclass than since I've known him, you know. So it was very eye-opening and very informative at the same time. So I think whatever people take from the masterclass, as long as they apply it in their daily life, as soon as they leave here, then we've done our job, you know.
Today's masterclass was very informing and very exciting, especially talking to a mogul like Kwesta. The advice I'm taking from Kwesta today is to be persistent, because I've always been persistent, but I thought it was like being too much. But after he said it, I'm gonna continue with doing that.
The masterclass was very informative and very educational, especially for like upcoming artists such as myself. So like I really enjoyed it, and I've learned that I need to be myself and, you know, believe in my craft and believe in myself, in my abilities of making music.
How I found today's session was really inspiring. Number one, because I got to meet my idol, my role model. I think these need to happen more. So we need a lot of these to not just give platforms, but knowledge. Because platform is something that's here today and gone tomorrow. But knowledge is something that stays in your mind, and you can actually pass it on to your children and other generations.
Wow, the resources that Old Mutual have put together via the AMP Studios is truly something to marvel and appreciate. Shout out to organizations that are truly making a difference, not only in the financial sector, but also in the creative arts. Listen, I am here for it. Cheers to that. Now, South Africa on social media, I have been asking you what song, genre, or artist is keeping you in that feel-good mood. I have got so many. Let me actually give you one. I'll give you maybe 3 throughout the show. Number 1 for me has to be Sawiti featuring Janae Aiko. The song is called Back to the Streets, honey. La da di da di da. In fact, enough singing from me. Let's leave it to all the professionals that we've got on the show today. Now, I think we can all agree that we need a little more love in life. That is why we're excited for Easy Freak's upcoming performance of Ooh La La, which followed up of their EP titled More Love. Please don't go anywhere.
AMP Studios brought to you by Old Mutual.